Folks, today I want to talk to you about an important topic, that is whether this world is going to end. Many people, after reading or after hearing some of the pastors and religious teachers, might think that the world is going to end. And probably after watching my previous video, that is the world today and tomorrow, you might tend to think that I am implying the end of the world, and that is not true. The world will not end. What I was saying in that video is there will be some incident in the world which will bring a lot of suffering to human beings. That's what I said in the previous video. The second thing is whether the exact timing of this event can be predetermined or not. And I want to say no, it cannot be predetermined. It depends on the evolution of the human mind. Maximum one can predict what will happen in the future, but you cannot say at this point, at this day, or on this day, or in this month, such and such events will take place. One can only predict based on the previous happenings, incidents, and the current trend. One can just predict what will happen. Cannot be, it cannot, nobody can exactly predetermine all the events of the future. So that's what I want to make it very clear. Don't think that I predicted certain events to happen at certain point in time in my previous video. Third thing I want to clarify in my previous video is that you might tend to think that I'm implying that everyone in the person of religion or country attachment, affection, race attachment, etc. is bad. There are extremely loving, good people in each and every religion, each and every country. But there is what is called group mentality. If you join a group, that group has its own mentality apart from the minds of or the mentality of individual people. This group mentality is sometimes very powerful, extremely good in some sense, bad in some other sense. You all know this, there's nothing new. I mentioned about this in an earlier video about the religion, God, and humanity. So when somebody is in a prison, in a nest of a religion or country, they tend to think the same way the whole group in that nest thinks. So in that sense, I said that People in various religions are predicting the end of times, and they think that Jesus is the only Lord, and every other religion should come and join Christian religion, or Hindus saying that drop everybody's religion and come and join what they call Sanatana, Sanatana Dharma and so on. I didn't say that everyone in a religion individually thinks like that, but in general there is group mind, group mentality, which says that the gods in their own religion or in the group's religion is the only God and so on. As I've been saying in all my videos, that when people think of God, that God is in their mind. But I've been saying that the real so-called God, quote unquote God, is beyond human mind. And you cannot find, you cannot get the glimpse of that unknown, universal God till your seventh chakra opens. People in Christian religion or in any Western religion will call this kind of experience after opening the seventh chakra is a lucid dream, hallucination, and so on. But unless that happens to them, it's very, very difficult to understand what is meant by the opening of the seventh chakra and the view of this eternal, unknown, universal, quote unquote God. Till that happens, one should say correctly that is possible or that may not be possible, or one should be open to both possibilities. That is the right scientific way of thinking. So, till that seventh chakra opens, it's extremely difficult to really understand the God, the quote unquote God beyond human mind. Till then, everybody will think what they have in their mind after reading the religious book or hearing the religious teachers and pastors, that what they are saying and what people understand about what they are saying is God. And different people belonging to different religion are thinking because of their group mentality that their God is the only God and every other God is Antichrist or not God. And that's what I was mentioning in the previous video. But now I want to talk to you about the change that I was referring to in that video, that major change that will take place when some extremely unwanted events in the world going to take place, also the extreme human suffering ensuing that. That big change that I was referring to is the realization of people of this great, immeasurable, unknown love, or this great happiness, joy underlying or inside this golden light. So the biggest thing that will happen, and the event that I was referring to in my previous video, is that this golden light and its power will manifest enormously the tremendous force in the minds of people. And that will bring a lot of people together. Still, there will be people who will be doubting that, will be calling that it is not their God and so on. But that golden light is the real Jesus that Bible is referring to. It is often misunderstood when Jesus said, I am the way, only through me people can reach my Father, the Father in heaven. At that time when he said I, he was referring to the golden light, which he often identified as life. In many places he says, I am life, I am love. It is through this golden light, what Christianity calls Son of God, that one can understand, one can reach the world of heaven or the kingdom of heaven, the world of gods. That's what he meant when he said, only through me, which is the golden light, one can reach my Father, one can go to my Father, the eternal unknown God, which expresses in three aspects in Christianity as the Holy Spirit, Son of God and Father, and also in Hindu religion, the Maheshwara, from whom the three lights, white light and golden light, as well as the red light, emanates. So, it is this golden light which will manifest with full power. And the big event that I was referring to in my previous video of world tomorrow and today, world today and tomorrow. So that's what I want to talk to you folks. So first point is the world is not going to end, but there will be a lot of suffering. There are good people in every religion, but there is something called a group mentality, group mind. The group has its own mind, which is very different from the individual mind. That is what will be causing suffering in the world in coming days. When that suffering is at the height, the event that I was talking about, the major event that I was referring to in my previous video, is the power or manifestation of this eternal golden light, which Christianity calls Son of God and Hindus call Lakshmi, the power of Vishnu. That's what I want to talk to you today, folks. Talk to you soon in another video.